The broadcast is now starting. All attendees are in listen-only mode.
Hello, Scribblers. This is Kevin. Welcome, welcome. It's good to be back. I hope everybody had a great weekend, and we're going forward once again. It's kind of unusual. We're going to have 5 trainings this month, which, normally, of course, we only have 4, but this summer just won't quit. It just keeps going and going. But I'm happy to be here. I hope you guys are ready. Yeah, we just want to mention we have 17, I think it's 17 members so far within the membership for the collaboration for the book. As you guys can see right here, we have 17 so far. 17, 18, yeah, that is great. That's quite a few. And we appreciate all your input. You guys are doing a great job. And I hope you guys are learning a lot from it. Tonight, we're going to go through kind of what you can do. Of course, I know most people are here to make money. I keep saying that, but it's true. So we need to give you some ideas and just kind of pump you up because the fall is the best time to really start marketing. One thing that I've learned through the 20 plus years of marketing online, when it hits June, go take a vacation. No, I don't mean it like that, but usually people are out and about with their family, friends, doing all sorts of things. And I've always seen it that June, July, and August are the slowest time of the year for online marketing. I can be wrong on several different businesses, of course. Like if you're selling, something that has to do with, you're selling boats or you're selling life rafts or something that has to do with recreation, of course, those are the best months. But for us that are online, of course, most people go back online when the kids are back in school. It's a little chillier in the northern part of the world, and it's just the nature of the beast. And I've seen it over and over, and things really pick up. Like I'm doing several other businesses, and I help other companies, and I've just noticed in the past week, things have gotten a little bit better. I mean, there's more sales starting to come again. People are starting to come back. It's wonderful. So we got sales. It's funny too. July was pretty good, and then August just kind of died. And it just, there wasn't a lot of sales in some of the businesses, and I expected that. So it wasn't something that I thought was different. It's just you hate to see that. And then in the past couple of days, of course, we're starting to see things pick up, which is really, really cool. We're going to get started here in a little bit. We're going to give people a little bit more time to get in. People are coming in, which is really cool. This next week, once again, I'm traveling. Once again, I'll be back over on the West Coast. I'll be back in California for another week or so. So next week, I'll be over there doing the call. So be patient. It's difficult sometimes when I'm in a hotel room doing these meetings. I don't have all my screens like I have here at my office, but I still enjoy it. I really do. I've been doing it for so long. It's I don't mind doing it. But I remember the last meeting in California had a few glitches. But I'll make it better this next week. Welcome from Ireland. I got to say, Yvonne, you stay up really, really late. Congrats to you. That is so cool. And Edine, I know you're up. It's great. Yes, yes. And we will be training tonight and coaching you as much as we possibly can. But I appreciate all of your input. A lot of you guys asked some great questions. So please, if you have anything you need to ask anytime. I'll try to get to it as fast as I possibly can. It's not always, sometimes when I get into deep discussion, I don't always look at the question bar, but I will try my best tonight. Oh my gosh, in Norway, we've got a Viking in the house. Very, very cool. Now, Norway is really deep in my heart. Really, really deep in my heart. And I have to tell you just a real quick story. I grew up with a friend of mine, my best friend actually, in the high mountain state of Montana, born and raised up there. And my best friend was Norwegian. His parents were from Norway. They were from Trondheim, I think it was. If I said that right, please. Oslo, of course, I know where that's at and everything else. But pretty much, I was at their house all my life, and it was really cool to be raised by Norwegians, basically. So I'm kind of half and half. I'm a mutt Norwegian, but you know what? It works. And it's funny. I just have to laugh when I meet more Norwegians because they have such a great way about them. So welcome to the meeting. Yes, Trondheim is almost in the middle of Norway. Yeah, yeah. I don't really know where everything's at over there. I had a trip one time and I had to cancel it. I had everything ready and rolling to go to get over to Norway, but I had to cancel it at the last minute. But I'll make it back. I'll make sure that I get over there eventually. But welcome, welcome, Norway. Wow. What time? Can you tell me what time it is in Norway right now? It must be like 6 or 7 hours, I'm sure, ahead. I know London is 5 or 6 hours ahead. Midnight. Whoa. Whoa, baby. That is late. Well, cool, cool. Well, hopefully we can give you quite a bit tonight so you can go to sleep with a smile on your face. Let's just think of it that way. That's cool. But welcome. Barbados. Yeah, Barbados is in the house. Surfing and on the beaches of beautiful Barbados. Very, very cool. From Norway to Barbados, those are two kind of different places in the world. Love to go to each one of them. Never been. I've been to a lot of places in the world. Never been to Barbados or Norway yet, but it's on my bucket. It's on my bucket list, so I'll make sure that I make it over there. Okay, we got a few more minutes. It's only 6:07. We'll give it just a few more minutes. People are still coming in, which is really cool. And I know the team at Team Adil, I should say, Team Sqribble, they're traveling and they're all, I know Adil's doing a lot this summer. He's definitely giving his time to a lot of charities. And I think you guys have seen that, some of his videos and things like that. So once again, my heart's out to Adil for doing that. I think that's great. When you can give to charity, you know, you're doing something really, really special. And you know, I have to really give a lot of credit to Adil and his whole team for how hard they work. And I know because firsthand, I've worked with a lot of them, a lot of the programmers, a lot of the right-hand people that are in there. Great people, right to the point, and they work hard. So, you know, I kind of dug in and got to meet a lot of them, and they're doing a great job. They all work together to be able to donate to some of these charities and everything else they're doing. And of course, Adil is the driver of this entire, you know, ship. And I can't say enough. I'm really happy and proud to be part of it. Okay, let me see. Oh yeah, I am coming to California. So somebody who, let me see. Oh yeah, I'll give you a call. I'll give you a call, Warren, if I hit up in Barbados. I'd love to make it. Love to make it. Okay, we're going to get started here in just one more minute. And you guys can see the screen right here. This is the collaboration software that we have right here. And we just want you guys to know, if you're not part of this, if you see this right here, and I don't know if everybody's part of it. I have, you know, my right hand which is Lynn. She is the one that really takes care of this entire, you know, this book that we have, the collaboration book. And Lynn has put endless hours in. So everybody, you know, just when you speak to Lynn and you guys email in and everything, just say nothing but good things to Lynn. She has worked so many hours in getting this collaboration together with how to create your ebook and all the different things. You know, we got the video training and everything else in here. We're just trying to show you guys what the best methods are. Tonight, we're going to go over quite a bit. So right now, I'm going to get it started. Once again, this is Kevin with Sqribble. Tuesday night, it is August 23rd, 2022. We have one more week next week, and then we're finishing up August. Summer's coming to a close. We still got a couple weeks. And, you know, but just enjoy the rest of your summer. You guys, it's always nice when it's warm. I know what it's like to be in the northern climates. I used to live, I think the furthest north I've ever lived was 100 miles from the Arctic Circle, way up in Alaska. I lived up there for an entire year one time. And it was an experience I'll never forget. I really enjoyed it. It was cool. And it was cool to say the least. That's a pun. But yeah, it was. It was cold, but it was amazing in the summers and amazing in the winters. The northern lights and then the 24 hours daylight. It was something that I'll never forget. It was very, very cool. And I know up in Norway, it's like that. So in the summertime, it's very, very cool. But I know once August hits in September, you can get snow. You can get snow later in the year, or yeah, you can. It gets definitely chilly at night. I know that for a fact. Okay, Sqribble. What we're going to teach you guys tonight is kind of some of the methods that what we're going to show you tonight is how you can make some money utilizing Sqribble. And we're also going to get into the collaboration a little bit to show you guys some techniques that you may want to do, because we've had some things where people are into the system, and we want you to make sure that every time that you guys are using the collaboration software and you'll find your book on your name in here and everything else, whenever you make a page, this is one thing I really want to make a point of, is when you make a page, copy the page. And let me show you kind of what I mean here. I'm going to kind of come down here. I'm going to find my book if I can. So we got a lot of people. Wow. Wow, 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 wow. Boy, I can't even find my name in here. I see Michael, Edine, Janet, Peggy. Boy, you're all in here pretty much. Cool. Where's Kevin? Man, there we are. Okay, I'm going to show you something real quick. I'm going to edit it. We're going to jump into it. And, I'm going to kind of show you guys some of the stuff that I think of and some of the things that I've done in the past. And, some of the things that are very interesting to people. And coming into the fall, as you guys are making these books and thinking of what can I do, don't always think that you can just write a book, about an adventure or this or that. Open your mind too with different things. And of course, I'm not saying don't do that, because that is opening your mind. If you guys got a thriller or whatever you're writing about, if it's, factual, non-fiction, whatever you guys want to write about, just keep pushing. That's all I can say. And one of the things that, people write about is how to do this and how to do that. And some of them that I've seen lately, and I know a person personally, he does email marketing. He's done it for about 10, 15 years, and he's made millions. And I don't want to mention his name, but you guys are probably getting emails from him, and he's a good friend of mine. And I know how to email market myself. I've done it for years, and I've always thought, God, do I want to get into that again and this and that after seeing the money he's making? And I used to actually send out 1 million emails a day. This was 15 years ago, but it was in the time where you had your own little computers. We called them servers, but they're just a regular computer, and you'd load them up, and it was legal to send out 100,000 emails per computer per day. There was no issues at that time. Nowadays, if you do that, you can get really hammered back, and you can get in trouble and all those good things. But back then, in the first early days of the internet, you could do it. And the story I have to tell you is, this is crazy. You guys are not going to believe this, but when we sent out 100,000 emails per server, per computer, all we did was buy computers. They were like the old Gateway computers or the old Dells. They were really those old big boxes, and we'd load them up, with these old-fashioned hard drives and all this stuff. And sure enough, we'd send out 1 million emails, and you guys won't believe this: 10%, 8 to 10% response back. In the early days, that's how many people that came back when you sent out an email saying, hey, this is Kevin, would you like to join my program, blah, blah, blah. There was nothing back then. It was open territory. Today, there's a trillion people out there trying to market this and that. Back then, we didn't have that problem. It was really cool. We were the first people really out there with, a handful of other people, but we got 10% back. So we made a lot of money back then in the day. And everything that we sold, we just send out more emails. And sure enough, we had tens of thousands of people buying our products. One-time fees, or we'd do subscriptions where we would charge $8 a month, or it would be a one-time fee. It was everything and anything out there, but it was good products because we wrote software. We wrote software in the day, and it was good software, and we did very well. Nowadays, you're lucky to get 0.01%. So just so you guys know, it's not as easy as it used to be. But email marketing, I'm sure you guys are seeing different emails out there. It works. It does work. It's still one of the best methods out there. So because we all read our emails. So if you see some of these guys, marketing, email marketing stuff, don't be discouraged because it does work. You get less response back, but building a list is really a cool way to continue making money. The one thing that you have to know about like email marketing, I'm just getting into this real quick, is that, and the reason I'm sticking on this is when you build an email list, no matter what you're marketing, but let's say you save, if someone purchases from you, save that email and you use it for the next product and the next product and the next product. And some of the methods I'm seeing nowadays, some people are making hundreds of dollars per client because they resend to another program, to another business, this and that, and the response rate is phenomenal. So think of it that way. And a lot of ways you want to keep the data that you have and, generate money from that data. So sometimes be really smart on how you handle things. So anything you're trying to sell, try to save it. And we will, as we get into Sqribble and things, we're going to show you guys some techniques where we can build a page, like a funnel page or a landing page, because we can do anything pretty much with Sqribble. And it'll be your page that you'll send out to different people. And you'll say, click here to learn more. And then what you guys can do, this is kind of cool. Let's just say, you have a page and it says, hey, this is Bill or this is Kevin, and I want to show you how to email market or whatever. And then you have a one page that says, click here for more information. And then there's a sign up page after they click here. And it says, for more information, sign up here. Put your name and email address. You captured them. And from there, your email system, they're called automations now, not just email marketing. It's called automations. And what automations means, it's just an advanced email platform that you guys send out to capture people and do more with it. And it's kind of cool because nowadays it's a little more advanced. So my thought is for you guys, as you're thinking about different ways to make money, no matter what you're trying to market, it is a good idea to get some sort of email marketing campaign going. And we'll get more into some of the different email marketing campaigns you can get that'll save your data, and it will follow up without you having to be there. It'll automatically follow up for each person. And the new systems now, if someone comes and signs up, you can say, okay, I want this person to get letter 6. Then the next person, you can say, I want this person to get letter 5. And that's how cool it's starting to get with the email marketing platforms of today. And then another thing you can do is you guys can make an ebook on how to do this and how to do that. And you give it away for free. And the reason you give it away for free is it enhances the people to come into your database. And when you first start and you got a page, you say, hey, this is Kevin. I'm going to give you guys a free ebook on how to ski down a mountain or whatever you're thinking of, or how to market online. And you give them a free ebook and you give them a couple pages and you guys detail how to market online. And then you capture them. They're pretty much they're pretty much excited about who you are, and you start building a name for yourself. And that's how you start becoming a trainer, or you start being knowledgeable for the products that you're selling, so on and so forth. And that's how you email market. So I really want you guys to think different, and I will detail it. I will do an ebook and kind of give you some of the techniques that I use. Like I'll put number 1, get an email, get an email service. And there's some out there that are so close to free, or so, we have one within our system here with a deal. But some of these other ones that are really advanced, you want the follow-up systems and everything else. They're not just, one-time blast. You can do follow-up systems. You can build your letters and all that stuff. And you may think, oh man, that's too over my head. I can't do it. You know what? We can put together emails with you, and all you got to do is change change the lines or change the names here and there. And you can take a letter that I've written, 10 of them. I have hundreds of them, and you can take them and reuse them over and over again. So it's really important that you guys learn how to market to get what you're going to sell out there. So, and I know a lot of you are very knowledgeable with this, and you may not want to hear it, but I do have to kind of show you. I think the biggest issue with everybody out there, and even me, and I'm very knowledgeable, is that I'm always learning. I do not, by any means know everything, because every day something new comes out there that I have to learn, like automations on the email marketing. In the last couple of years, I've just really got back into that and saw it, and I thought, oh my gosh, this stuff is crazy. But it's really not that difficult if you stair step it, and you outline it, and we'll get into that as we go forward, so you guys can learn more of what we're doing. Getting back real quick too, you guys, if you're going to do a book like how to, because I do a lot of training and manuals, so they are how to, and like I said, email marketing, how to write an ebook, how to work online. That's another one. How to use the best tools online. You could show people how to use Snagit and Pexels, go to your, free this and free that. Do this stuff. There's so much. And what's funny is I could do it, and any of you could do the same thing and reword it a little bit, but your format may be more appealing, or the way you do your pictures or your page, they're going to go to you, and they're not going to go to me just because you did something better than me. And that's how I've always done stuff. I mean, I look online and I think, oh man, that's a great idea. And I will take people's ideas and then I'll run with it with my own ideas. And sure enough, many, many times you'll start selling. So everybody takes something from everybody, but it's that somebody that does something different that really propels you to the next level. And I've seen it, guys. I mean, like I've said before, there's been times where I've changed one paragraph, one sentence, and I've worked on something for weeks and weeks, and all of a sudden I was making 10K a week. I'm not kidding. So there's times when you change stuff or you're working on something, and if you keep going and going, you can change the whole format where all of a sudden it catches people, and it's that hook out there that you just keep working on to get people involved. And you can also get a little comical with it too. You can do things like how to survive swimming in a lake in Florida, and basically you'd say, don't swim in a lake in Florida. I mean, you can do hilarious things like that. And I say that from the heart because when I first moved to Florida, I lived in California actually, and I lived in many other states. And every lake on the West Coast you could swim in, and you can, hey, it's fun and jump in and all that. In Florida, there's a gator every square inch in every body of water within Florida. So if you didn't know that, like I said, if you come to Florida, don't swim in the lake because it seems like every single week there's another person trying to swim in the lake, and there goes a gator, going after you. So just, things like that. But do anything and twist it up. I always tell people, don't be normal. Be a little crazy. Be something that no one else has done, because that's what attracts people. That's what attracts me. If I see somebody twisting it up or being kind of hilarious, it pulls me in, and I like that. If you're normal, you're going to be normal like the other 100,000 million people out there. So, be different and throw it out there, and just, I always say you can throw it against the wall until something sticks, and that's fine, but just be different. Really, really be different. It's really important that you guys keep doing that. So I'm just going to give you guys a real quick overview again. Remember, the how-to books work, training. If you're a teacher, and I know this because we have teachers within the organization here, and they've told me some of their ideas, and they're wonderful, and they're doing trainings on people. They're helping people train on things that they're doing. And I don't want to mention her name, but she brought us a book one time, and it was wonderful. I'll mention her name. Her name's Tracy, and Tracy brought a book in, and we did a webinar with Tracy, and it was kind of like the hot seat. And you think of a hot seat as where you're going to go in there and you're going to tear the book up and you're going to say, hey, you need to do this, you need to do that. We really didn't need to do anything with Tracy's book because it was so damn good. And she's a teacher. She's way more educated than I am. So there wasn't much I could throw at her. But it was good. And so those are kind of the things that you guys can do. It doesn't matter if you're a mechanic, how to fix this, how to fix that. If you're a carpenter, how to build a house or whatever, how to build a dock. Think of things that you're good at. If you're a quilter and you sew or this or that, make it, because it's good training and you never know who's going to pick it up. We also had another person in here, and she was showing us her different things on hobbies and things like that, and different businesses that they had, and it was great. It was things I never knew that they were marketing and selling. So the sky is really the limit. Don't think that you guys really have to follow everybody else out there. Let's put it this way. Anything that you do is worth training on. So make sure that you put it out there. If you're a cook and you have some sort of cool cookbook, and there's a million cookbooks, but if you're a little bit crazy and you can throw some good images out there and throw some content and you can spice it up, people are going to come to you. I always tell people the dull, mundane, wording, and sometimes the people that do that stuff won't sell. You do have to show them that you have a sense of humor, because that'll bring people in, and also be very direct, that you know what you're doing. So humor and being direct works. So, just really follow your head, but also unfollow it. You guys really have to be a little bit crazy. Like some of the things that I've done in the past, I put names on products. Everybody else puts a product out there and they'll put, wooden bamboo bowl or something crazy like Amazon. We would go through products and we would look for different products that are selling real big, selling tens of thousands of units each month and this and that. But you have to throw some different images and you have to throw some different pictures and then put some humor around it. And sure enough, you will collect the sales more than the next guy. You can sell the same exact thing as somebody else, but if you prop it up and you're different, it will work. So I really want you guys to really think different. If you guys need some help too, the Sqribble book team at gmail.com, Sqribble book team at gmail.com. That's for the collaboration software. And it's also if you need some help, if you need a question answered or you want to be part of this book over here, this collaboration software, send your name in, say, hey, I want to be part of the collaboration. Can you guys help me out? Just make sure you can do that. I'm going to send that out right now. Let me do it. Hang on. Here we go. Okay, I'm going to send that to all. Hopefully you guys get that. Okay. We got a lot of people on tonight. It's great, great, great. Cool, cool. All right. So see now, where was it going? Okay, now I'm back here. I'm doing so many different things here. But as you're, like I said, your how-to books and all the different manuals, as you guys know, and maybe you don't, there's a lot of people on here. When I first started training for last year, when I first started training for Sqribble, I picked up Sqribble, and within 2 weeks, I did a manual. I wasn't the guy doing the webinars or anything. Adil was doing the webinars then, and I just pretty much just took the book and ran with it, and I made $2,700 within 2 weeks. I did it, and I think on Monday I made a deal with a company that I had worked with it from the past in China, so to speak. Never can talk to these people in China except through Skype or some sort of WeChat or this or that. But I knew they might need this book. I don't know what it was. It was just a feeling. Sure enough, I made a book, gave them 3 pages as a demo, said, hey, if you guys want this big company, blah, blah, blah. And I sold it for $2,700. I think a few weeks later, I sold another one. I have to go back on my notes here. But since then, I've made, over 10K just on the side hustle of using this. And that's one thing. And I'm terrible. I'm not great at writing or anything like that, but it worked. So it was, so I'm just trying to, say the work manuals work and all that stuff and whatever you guys can think of. And just as an example and as an experiment, do it. Like I said, no matter what you do, put it into the ebook and then show us. If you want to show us, say, hey, do you think this will work? Or if you just have confidence, throw it out there. Or if you want to put something together and you got an outline and you want us to look at it, we'll look at it and then we'll kind of give you some hints on what you might need to do just to throw it out there on the market. And then you're going to ask us, how do I market it? And there is different ways here. And as you guys go forward, I wanted to tell you, you do want to get a domain. You do want a domain, and you want a domain sometimes that's global. You don't always want to put your domain on the product that you're doing, like Kevin's training for dogs or cats. You want to do something that's a little more global, like Kevin's online training. That way I can throw cats and dogs into it. And if I want to throw how to cook or how to ski down a mountain or whatever, you can do a lot of different things on your domain. I've bought hundreds and hundreds of domains. It's easy. And we can help walk you through a lot of things like that too. But don't get your domain because don't get your domain until you're kind of ready and you can go get your website and you can do all that stuff. And my advice is you can hire people. If you have no clue how to do a website, you can hire people, or you can go out there and use some of the easy tools that are out there to start building your site yourself. And I always say, try to build it yourself, but a lot of people aren't experienced that way. So to each his own. I'm just trying to save you money because if you can do a lot of things yourself, I use Wix a lot. I've used GoDaddy. I've used all the big companies out there. And Wix is probably the easiest one. It may take you a week. It may take you 10 days, but you will get it. If you just go in there and you start navigating and start messing around, you will get it. You'll go, wow, I know how to do this now. They make it that way and they give you training on how to do that. Sometimes when you have a website and you have a domain and all that stuff, it's your home base. And what it does for you, it's a place you can go to see what you've done online. So a lot of times you can put different pages together like, oh, this is my how-to book number 1. This is my how-to book number 2 and 3 and 4. And so I really advise that as you guys start getting a little bigger and bigger to try to do some of that stuff, because even with Sqribble and some of the things that we have, which is great because They have platforms where we can put our ebooks in. They have things that we can do, and we'll get into that, and we can show you guys where you can market it and do different things. But no matter what system you're putting your ebook in, you still have to get traffic to that site, yourself. And there is a lot of different methods to do that. I've used, several in the last 20 years. I got to say, I think I've used everything under the sun, but it's been really, really great. Okay, real quick, I'm going to jump over here, and I kind of want to show you guys something that we learned just recently. When you get into a page, and let's just say it's your page right here, and you guys are going to save. You're going to save your page because we've had some, let's put it this way, if there's two people in the system at the same time, which is ironic, because you don't think that's going to happen. But when we have people in Norway and California and Colorado and the Barbados and Ireland and UK, and we don't know what time everybody's on at the same time. The system sometimes, and I don't know why, if you're trying to save something at the exact same moment, it can throw an error in the system. And I'm not saying that's what happens, but we've had some weird stuff going on in the system. And I've been programming, many, many years myself. So all I'm asking you is before you save, or if you save, copy your page and put it into Word. And if you don't have Word, put it into Notepad. But the only problem is with Notepad, these pages are all more or less like HTML. HTML means you can put pictures in it. You can have colors on your text. Like up here, it's colorized and it's got a picture here. That's HTML, basically. HTML is just, it's a special programming language that allows you to put all the pictures in. Word has that. Whereas if you use Notepad, it just takes the text. It can't take a picture. Even WordPad has HTML. So if you go down to the bottom of your computer, if you've got a Windows computer, now I don't know Mac that well, but I'm sure the people that have the Macs know how to do this themselves. If you want to type in down here in your search bar, Word, you're going to pull up. It's going to come up and say WordPad. It's automatically going to pull it up for you, and then you can pull one of these in. So always use the bottom left search of your Windows machine. Now, if you got a Mac and everything else, do your search the same basic way, but I'm sure it's a little different with a Mac. So anyway, save every page. Save your content, and you can even save your picture if you can do it right. But a lot of times your pictures are going to be okay because you've uploaded your picture, and if something goes awry, you can go back to your editor and you can go back into the plus and you'll find your picture and then add it once again. So I'm just asking you guys, just as a backup, it's wise. You can listen to me or you don't have to. I'm just saying as a backup because Lynn, who's my dear editor in my right hand, she is doing this because she has seen a lot of issues within the system, and we have in the last couple of weeks. Not a lot of issues, just a few little things, and we think it's because there may be people at the same time on the same pages or something. We don't know. But anyway, just save it onto a Word document. Every time you do a page, just save it and then label it, my page, and then date it or whatever, and then save it in a folder or whatever you guys are going to do. So let me just see if I can bring up something here just to give you an example. I'm going to bring up WordPad because it's easy. And normally most people don't use WordPad. Let me see if it comes up. Now I have it up right here. I am going to go here. So what I would do is I would just say, okay, chapter. And I know it takes a little bit of time, but you have to be able to, you have to be able to do this because we don't want you to lose stuff. And Lynn has actually lost a few things, days and days worth of work. So it's up to each one of us to save our own pages. You can see there, chapter 1, unbelievable realization. And then I'd do the same here. I'd copy and, copy this one right here. And then I would copy that. Let me see, I'd go up here and then I just, put a space in and I would do this, bam, throw it in there. And it's spaced out a little bit weird, but you're saving the content and that's the main thing. So just a word of secure or safety, you may want to do that. And if anybody has a better idea, that's great. I don't think there's anything else you can do, but use Word, WordPad, whatever. And if you don't have those, use the old, text, Notepad. And the only thing about Notepad, it only comes in, it doesn't save the colors or anything like that. Even WordPad right here isn't saving all the colors, whereas Word would. So if you do have Word, Word would take, all your colors pretty much. I have to say, sometimes when you copy and paste, like from here to here, it may not save all your colorization and things like that, but that's okay. You can come in and copy from another page the same colors and things like that. And the reason is HTML is a little different. And I've told you guys this before. Programmers write in a language, and every programmer has a different navigation, and sometimes they do things a little different than the next programmer. So sometimes it may match and it may not match when you go from one HTML document to another HTML document. And if I'm confusing you, just know that you're going to be able to save the text no matter what, but just be careful that if you lose the color, don't worry about it. You can come back and fix it. I'm going to get out of this right here. I don't want to save this, but this is just a word of wisdom for you. So just copy and paste this. And your pictures, just remember what pictures you can. If you have Snagit, you can always snag it too. I've always used it, but it doesn't happen all the time, you guys, but we have had it happen a few times where you could lose an entire page from saving, and we don't know why it's happening. We think it is because people are on the same page at the same time hitting save, and maybe the system can't read two saves at the exact moment or within that minute. And I've seen it. I've been a programmer too, and sometimes there's a reason for it, and sometimes there isn't. You just don't know. So enough of that. But you guys can see the page that we have here, the ghost agenda. I'm going to go back here. And as you guys are wanting to make more money online, we are here to help you out. And remember, the email I just sent you, Sqribble Book Team, if you want to be part of this book, we're going to make a copy, and we're going to put you into it. Even if you can just do a sentence, if you can do a paragraph, do a whole page, do pages, it's great. And Lynn has she's done a lot of work in here, and we're going to have video training. I'm waiting to do more video training till we've changed these books quite a bit. The how-tos, like, the sign-up sheet, how to create your ebook. We're trying to give you, paint by numbers here, so to speak, so we can walk you through it. I know what you guys are feeling out there, and I do understand because I've been doing this for so darn long. When I get out of the systems, even for a couple weeks or a month, I have to go in and relearn some of the things that I've known from the past. It's like getting into Sqribble or getting into Presenter and some of these other programs. I love them, but when I'm out of them for a couple weeks, I have to go back and learn the navigation once again. It doesn't take me that long once I've learned it, but I do have to go in and understand it. Just because, remember, it's another person that wrote how to do it, and you have to get in there and learn how each functionality works within the system. So you're going to come in here, of course, you're going to do the sign-up sheet, how to create your ebook in training, digital marketing. This is a test right here, of course. Open this first. This says this. We're going to detail this one by one, like how to go in here and learn what you need to do as you guys go forward. This is the writing group. We got a lot of people in the group right now doing this. Some of the ground rules, how the Sqribble writing group works. You can come in here and read this. So we're trying to throw stuff in here, and it may not be 100% organized. It never will be 100% organized. What am I thinking? Anything that you do, and I want you guys to know this, when you say you're done, you're never done. So don't ever say you're done. Just say, hey, I'm there, baby, because you're always going to add to it. As a programmer, I've learned that just when you thought you were going to say, oh, I'm done, you always come back and you fix something or you change it up or you add to. So we're never done. We're just adding to the different, agenda within our mindset as we go forward here. And I've learned that all too often, that anything that you do. And another thing that you guys can do too, as the summer ends and as the fall comes about, and I have to say this to you guys and take it for what it is, the world is changing a lot. And I'm not going to get political or politicize anything, and I don't care really what each person's agenda is. I'm just trying to help you guys out and give you guys some ideas of what you need to do. Now, in this world that's changing so dramatically and so crazily, think of something that you can do, that you guys can write about, or if you're going to do a retail product or you're going to do something, think hard that you're going to market something that people need. really think hard, because you can write a lot of different things, and you can do, things that may not pertain to 99% of the people, but if it makes you feel good and it's a teaching and training thing for your own inner self, do it, because the next book will be greater and better. But what I've learned is try to find something that people need. Keep thinking, thinking, thinking. And if you're going to sell a retail product, or you're going to resell a retail product, that's good. A lot of those sell, but make sure 1,000 other people aren't selling the same product. And by the time you get it to market, it's dead. You always want to be the first person to market something, or around the first 5 people to market something to hit the home run. I know all too well, because I've done Amazon, and I've sold things that are crazy, that I never would have thought that I would have sold. But I was one of the first people to get into the market. The crazy thing about that is I'd go in and buy 300, 500 items, and I'd pay 10 to 15 bucks a piece, and I'd sell it for 80 bucks or 100 bucks. And I made a lot of money. But then in the next 2 or 3 months, there was 50 other people selling the same thing. And then, of course, your market share goes down as you go forward. So when you're writing a book or how to, a lot of times you won't have competition, because people can't rewrite or rethink what you've written, because you're such a different person from somebody else. But I am telling you, with the world and what's going on, think different. Think of things that you guys can sell, be it your writing, be it your training, be it whatever you're doing. It's unlimited. If you think everything's been taken up, you're wrong. We're in the point where, when you really think about it, we're not even at 1%. The world grows every day, and it's you got to think different and just keep going. And I do. And my family in general are entrepreneurs, and they keep thinking of different things. Some things work, some things don't. You hit it, and all of a sudden you make a lot of money, and you have competition that's out there. But you're so different that you sell more than the next guy. And I've seen this over and over for myself and for other people that have come in and kicked my butt and outsold me, 1,000 to 1. But you are the ones that are going to change what's going on out here. You need to really think different and start marketing. Like I said, we have people in the group right now that are doing training and different things out here. Okay, we're getting somebody that asked a question. Let me see. Okay, do you recommend that we can copy or create a copy of our own book and pull it into our own project folder to work on it, and then copy it back into the, yes, you can. You would have to do that, Michael. Good question. You would have to go in there, and you'd have to copy your page onto a Word document and then throw it into your own Sqribble system. That's a great idea. More power to you. I think that's a great idea. So someone just asked, can they take a copy of their own book that's in the system and go work on it in their system? Of course, we can't stop you from doing that, and we don't want to. But if it makes it, and that's a good idea, because if you're doing that, then you're not going to have any issues with 2 people hitting the system at the exact same time. So that is really a brilliant thing right there. So that's a good idea, Mike. I never even thought of that. So if you want to take your copies from Word and go over into your own Sqribble system, because this is a combined Sqribble system right over here, that's, hey, more power to you. You might want to do that too, and then bring it back into the system. If you don't do that, that's fine. You can keep working on the book right in the system right here. That way it's done once and it goes forward. But we want people to feel safe when they're writing whatever they're writing, and then bring it in. That's not a bad idea. So do what you guys can. Yes, Google Docs. Someone has asked, said, what about Google Docs? Now, a lot of you use Gmail, and I want you to go up to the Gmail bar up there, and you guys can go up here. Let me see. And you got, well, anyway, you can click in your Google. You guys will find it where your name is and all that. And it has Google Drive, and it has all the Google tools. Google Docs and Google Drive are the coolest free tools that we have. You guys are going to love Google Drive, because you can save your PDF. You can save anything on Google Drive. And then on your phone, you can go to your email and pull up your drive. And guess what? It's all there. All your documents that you work on your laptop or your desktop here, save them, save your PDF, whatever, and then throw it into your Google Drive. And then at work or on the road or this or that, you have it with you too. And it allows you, a PDF is a little harder to work on, but if it's a Word document, things like that, You can work on it left and right, and you can work on a PDF too. You just got to be a little more advanced on that, but hey, it's all there. So Google works great, and they have free Google Docs, which is like Word. So you can. I should have said that, Warren, and you were right. If you don't have Word, use Google Docs, because Word costs you money. Google Docs does not cost you money. So I'm going to back up. See, we just got some great information from one of our team here. Thank you. So really, go to Google Docs if you don't have Word, because Google Docs is free. If you have a Gmail account, just go up here and you're going to start navigating, go to the workspace, and you'll find Google Docs. You will. It's in your Gmail. And also, I keep saying this, when you have a Gmail account, put in YouTube into the bar and sign up, because it'll automatically attach to your Gmail account, because YouTube and Google are owned by the same company. Google owns the whole ball of wax right there. And whenever you want to pull up YouTube and you're in Gmail, just put YouTube and automatically pull you over to your YouTube without having to log in. They've made it more advanced. Okay. Someone just said the sound disappeared. Are we okay on the sound? Can you guys hear me? I hope you guys can hear me. Just give me a big... Okay, cool. Okay, I think it's probably... Okay, I think it's because it's such a long ways from Norway. No, I'm kidding. I hope you can hear me right now. I'm trying to say your first name, but I'm not very good at it, but I'm going to try it. For the person in Norway, let me try this, okay? Because I always say that I'm so knowledgeable about Norway, but I'm also so stupid about Norway. Okay, Kashaik Shiki. Kashaikiki. Okay, I said that. I completely destroyed it, but the person from Norway, I hope you can hear us. I truly do. And I hope it's back. Sorry about that. Okay, I think they're going to come back in. I think we had a problem. Okay, the sound just disappeared. Okay, they'll be back. Okay, so as we go forward, everybody, and okay, here's a good thing too for the new Google Doc users. Thank you, Tracy. Have them look at their picture on the right and their email account when in Gmail. Look for the group of dots. Yes, you're totally correct. And it's right up here. Click on that to get into Google Suite. And right up here, you guys. Basically, if you guys can see this up here, you see you see Kevin, and then you see the 3 dots. You can customize a lot of different things in here. So click on the 3 dots when you get into it too. That's great. Thank you, Tracy. Appreciate it. So Google Docs and Google in General Drive, everything works really, really well. So as everybody can see here, we have done a lot within the system for the collaboration, basically. And we do this because it's not just fun and it's not just training, but it is also a group effort, and it's going to help you understand some of the editing tools, and you guys are a little closer. Everybody's closer to each other to learn how to do different things within the system. It is so important, I keep saying this, to learn the editing tools. And the editing tools are, and I know this because I have to, like I told you, if I'm away from it for a couple of weeks, I need a little bit of a quick training just to go back in on anything. The WYSIWYGs and things like that, I know those pretty well, but there's still things that people keep adding to them that change up that I have to learn myself. So I really want you guys to walk through this on how to create an ebook and things like that. And if you guys find something in here that we can add to the system, please send it to sqribblebookteam@gmail.com and say, hey, you guys need this. This would work out much better. We don't take anything personal. We just take everything you have and we'll put it into the system to help us enhance it. Totally. So make sure that you guys do that. Now, you guys are here to make money. So my advice to you is really take a step forward with the fall coming, because the money's going to start being made here. I'm getting back into it. I'm going to, I got a couple companies right now I'm looking at, a couple clients that I'm going to go in there and make some money again. Why not? I love making a couple grand each time. And sometimes if you're working for an individual, a person that, is just trying to get up and running, they have a business, they don't know how to do this, they don't have the system, you can sell it to them for a couple $100. You have to make it worthwhile or it's not worth it to you. But you could sell something for 150, 200, 300, 500 bucks, whatever you feel that person can afford if they have a business, but it helps them out because what you're doing, if you do a hands-on manual or you do an overview of their restaurant or their cafe and you put it on YouTube form, you set up the YouTube. It's so stupid easy. It's free that they're going to go, wow, man, you did all this for me. And you guys are going to be able to do so much more. I keep saying, when you can, get the video capture software. Snagit to me is, I've had it for so many years. Without Snagit, and this is just my own personal opinion, I couldn't do the business like I've done through all these years. Snagit has been my number one tool for video and image capture just because it helps me out. Sqribble and Presenter now have blown away all my tools that I don't use hardly any other tools anymore. I use Snagit, of course, to do the imaging and the videos, but now I use Sqribble and I use Presenter to go in there and do all my presentations, to do my books, to do my videos, to do my flip books. Love the flip book. Love the flip book. I think the flip book is too cool. And when you're over in the Presenter system, that's another big dog. That is a cool system. Sqribble and Presenter together are like, oh, they're perfect. They are perfect. Adil and his team have done a splendid job. They've thought of a lot of stuff to make sure that we're all successful within this. But we have the tools in front of us. Let's use them and let's make some cash. Let's get out there and let's do some things that really enhance your what you guys are doing. And you guys may think, oh yeah, I can't do it. The reason you can't do it is because you just said that. You just said you can't do it. So open up your head and make sure to do different things. Okay, let me see. And open up. Yes, you can. Yes, someone's just editing is just saying, is it helpful for us to sell the coloring books and open up relationships? Yes, of course, via the use and the parents. Yes, you can. Create your own coloring book. Take it and just create, put some verbiage in there and create your own thing. Great idea. Great idea. Build relationships. That's where it's all at. And you guys can get a simple system that'll capture your emails. And I'll look for that myself. I'll get my team on it and myself, but there's systems pretty much for free. You can go in there and you can capture an email. If you had like a system like Wix, oh my God, Wix, that thing almost drives me crazy because I just started using it in the last year, and I keep saying it because the darn thing is almost overworking. Every day I'm getting 10 clients from around the world that are viewing my page. And in the last month, I bet I've gotten 15 to 20 people that have signed in, put their email, and are asking questions and are saying, can I buy this and buy that? No lie, they're doing that because it has a straight chat function automatically built in. And if someone wants to chat, it hits my phone. It automatically will rewire to my phone, and it also goes into the messenger in the system. But they're so advanced now that you can have it just push to your phone for any information that you have. So you guys really want to use some different tools out there to get people out there, and that's a great idea, editing. So you really want to do things like that. Make sure you're capturing the email and first name. Whenever you're asking people, like if you're trying to capture all the information for a business online, don't ask them for first name, last name, email, phone number. Don't do it. Limit it. Try to get their name, even just their first name and their email. That's the most important because then you build the relationship, and later on you can ask for more information once you get them into your database. In the olden days, we could ask them for the sun and the moon, but we can't do that anymore because people are getting hit from too many different places out there. And you're welcome, editing. Thank you. No, that was a great question on what you just asked there. So coloring books. Another thing that we have great within the system, it's free in the system on one of our packs. We do have the coloring books, and you guys want to be able to use some of that stuff to make sure that you can market with it. And I just had to bring some of that stuff up. The done for you books, the journals. I love the 3D puzzles, and editing just brought that up. You could create these books or just have them, just rework them a little bit, and you can give these away for free to help enhance people in here. Now the quarantine edition, that's over. COVID's over. No, I hope COVID's over. Done for you books, again, motivational quotes, Tangram, that's kind of cool. This is great for kids. They love this stuff. So use your head and really get out there and try to do different things. Give away as much as you can. Try to give a free ebook away on something that's important out there that people say, man, I want to know how to do that. So you give them a free book that you guys wrote as a bonus to put their name in. And we'll show you. I do that a lot. I give people a free ebook or free something or other, and it gets them in. It gets them in all day long. It's pretty easy to navigate through that kind of stuff. But I think the biggest money is there will always be money for selling information. There will always be money selling information. So when you guys are out there and you guys see different companies, you guys get it all the time. You guys are getting emails from this person and that person, join the webinar, and it counts down and and they're all pre-recorded, but the webinars are so darn good, you think you're on the webinar live. And guess what? They're pre-recorded because at 3 in the morning you get on, they're going to go, in 32 minutes, you are going to be on our webinar. Those guys aren't up at 3 a.m. in the morning, wherever you're at. Most of the time they're just set up on timers. They're automations, like I told you on the email marketing. Great marketing strategies. And they've gotten me many times where I think, oh, wow, I'm on a live webinar with these guys. How special. But it's just automation, and it's just cool tools that we all use nowadays to enhance different businesses that we're doing. You got to know this. 90% of the people won't know this. Most of the people out there think they're on a live webinar. Most of the people think that, they're part of something that's really great. And, but it's enhanced marketing on a lot of the platforms that are out there. And I don't need to get into all that, but it's very cool and it does work as we go forward. But anything that you guys need help with, and I need to really write down some of the most important things that I think that you guys need. I think you guys need video capture software, of course. I think you need an email follow-up system. And if you can't afford it, a website and a domain and all that stuff right now, that's fine because, with Sqribble and some of the different things, we can put it on their platforms and we can market it, and then we can push traffic to a lot of those. So like with Sqrindle, we can put our ebooks on Sqrindle, and then you guys can push traffic to your link, your specific link. And I'll show you some of the stuff that I'm doing to push traffic. Like I told you recently, I do help a couple friends and a couple clients out there, and I do different businesses, and I am getting traffic and getting sales for other things that I'm helping market. And it's just the nature of the beast. I don't do just one thing. I try to get my hands into as many things as I possibly can just to help everybody out. Does anybody have any questions at all? Anybody have any questions? Let me see what we have here. Do the editing tools, can it help colorize my words? Yes, of course. Yes, and that was something that I train on every week, you guys. Someone was just asking on the WYSIWYG editor, and it's on the video from last week or the week before. So I would advise going to the YouTube channel for Sqribble, and you can go there and see how the editing tools work. And we always train on the editing tools. It's very, very important that we show you guys this. Most of you know how to do it, but a lot of you don't, and you're brand new. So I think that's fine too. Yeah, and I think, and real quick, the person from Norway, I think the sound disappeared just for you, probably because you're so far away. No, I'm kidding. I don't know why, but it did. But I'm glad you're back. So welcome back, Norway. That's a first. We haven't had anybody in Norway in for a while, but we do have people from Ireland and UK and Australia and Barbados and all around the world. Oh, cool. I'm glad you're back. That is fantastic. Well, I hope we're giving you guys enough information to make you dangerous. We don't want you guys just to be docile and we really want you to start launching and start writing. Just do me a favor. Write a book about something that you know. Even if it's walking in a park and it's a certain park, wherever you're at, saying, get to know, like how to maneuver through, a park that you're in or something like that, a national park, whatever. Write a book about anything, even if it's 2 or 3 pages. Get started. And then from there, people love that kind of stuff. People may say, God, man, that's a park over where you're from. I would love to know more about it. Can you tell me more? Send me the book, because people will read what you have. So if you have something that doesn't seem real cool and interesting to you, it's interesting to us. Like, for example, the person in Barbados. And I got to say this real quick. If you have a park that's an underwater park or a water park or a mountain park or whatever you have, please send it. Please send, I mean, or write something about where you're from. I mean, Warren, I know you're from Barbados. So if you have something really cool in Barbados, write about it, because people in the US and Europe and Australia and Norway, we don't know about it. So it'd really be cool if you wrote something special about your area, because people will read about it. And it's like, some of my travels, there's so much I could write about to show you guys. And I think it would be very interesting. Some of the stories that I have to tell from, I've lived down in South America and Central America. I lived in Alaska. I've driven through the, Yukon, been up to the Arctic Circle. Cool things that I've seen that I never thought would be interesting until you tell people. So, and you need to bring back some of those memories and some of those stories. So if something happened to you that was very wondrous, or, like a miracle or something very bizarre, write about it. And if you have something like that, let us know. Say, I got something special to tell people, or some special story. Write about it, put it in a PDF, and then send it to the group. We would all love to hear from you. I think that's some of the cool stuff that we're all missing out on, is understanding who we are, where we're from, and our own lives. And so bring it on. We need to see things like that. Okay, we're at the top of the hour. I hate to cut it short here, but next week I will be on once again. I will be in the great state of California. I love California. I can't deny that. I love Florida, where I'm at now. I love the whole world where I've been. But next week I will be doing the webinar on the West Coast. So we will see you next week. I appreciate everybody being here. I do. There's a big crowd tonight, so I do appreciate you guys. We will see you all next Tuesday for the next training. It'll be our last training for August of 2022. So everybody take care. And once again, we'll see you next week. Bye, everybody.